Hi there, this is Ideas on Truth, and I am Lisa Taylor, and thank you so much for joining me. I am continuing this idea of stillness that we talked about the other night, and what I've noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed this as well if you were trying to practice it with me, that when we become still, there's a temptation for all of our shields to go up, because in the stillness, the ego, a lot of times, tries to fill up the space, quick, fill up the space, because in the stillness, who am I? There's this anticipation, this sense of uneasiness that arises because we're so not used to just being still. If we're really still, we feel full. Because if we're really still and knowing, be still and know that I am God, if we're really still, we're filled up with the understanding and the connection to the all that is. If we let the ego rush in, fear arises, uneasiness arises, that sense of, who am I? What is this? I don't understand. This is uncomfortable. I'm not used to this. Well, no, we're not used to it. We're used to scrolling on Facebook, watching TV, listening to the radio, talking with friends. We're used to the activity of being human on the planet. Are we used to being still? No. So we need to get used to being still. I know I'm going back over the same ground, but it's so important that it bears repeating. And noticing that the ego wants to rush in and fill up the space, resist the temptation, push the ego aside, connect with Source, connect with God, connect with your highest self, identify with that, just sit with it. Fill up with that, recognize that everything is okay, and sit with it. There's a sense of vulnerability that arises, and that's when the ego tries to come in and protect and put up shields and defenses, because we're not used to that. We're not used to that sense, the ego's sense of being vulnerable. There must be something more. Nope. There must be something I need to be doing. Nope. You can know that you are perfect. The idea that is you, God made you perfect. It's hard to grasp. It's hard to take it in because it is so not what we dwell in. We dwell in, I need to be more. I need to do something. I need to gain approval. God made you perfect. God made you perfect, just as you are, loved and whole and perfect. Sit with that. Sit in that stillness of knowing that you are perfect. So that sense the ego brings up, that sense of vulnerability that the ego brings up, that you feel exposed, that you feel like something's going to be seen in you that you don't want seen, and the shields start going up. Resist the temptation, because all of that is illusion. All of that is the false sense of ego trying to rush in and take over. Put it out. Say no. Listen to the stillness. Listen to the all that already is. You are perfection. You are whole and complete and loved and at peace, and you don't need anything. Just sit in the stillness. Just sit with it. Be at peace with it. Breathe with it. close your eyes and just be still. Feel the love that God is giving you in this moment. Feel how loved you are. Feel how special you are. You're the only one of you. There's no one in the world like you. And it's very important that you be you. That you sit in all that is you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for practicing stillness and listening and vulnerability. The right sense of vulnerability that comes from humility, that comes from being open. Brené Brown talks about strong back, soft front, brave heart. That's what vulnerability looks like. Just being okay with who you are and allowing that perfect, wonderful image and likeness of God to be seen. Because the world needs to see you as you are. I send you love, and I hope that you sit in stillness and that you join me in this. I'm really loving this right now. So I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.